I can tell you with 100% certainty that the line of credit feature that comes with a reverse mortgage is the most advantageous, most flexible feature of this loan. Today, we're going to discuss exactly how this line of credit works and what makes it so powerful. So stick around to get the goods. You are going to want to make sure you learn everything this feature has to offer. Hey folks, welcome back to those that are already subscribers and to the first timers out there. My name is Taryn Proctor. I am the president of Retirement Home Equity Advisors. We are a mortgage brokerage that specializes exclusively in reverse mortgage financing. You've just landed on one of my many educational videos about this financial tool. So if your goal is to learn what you can about this type of financing, you're in the right place. I produce videos just like this once a week to simplify and to help educate folks like yourself about the ins and outs of reverse mortgages. And my hope is that I can help folks make more well-informed decisions when considering whether a reverse mortgage is a good fit for them and their families or not. So if you learned something today, do me a huge favor and hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel as well by clicking the red button in the bottom corner of the screen. Feel free to browse around our channel and watch my other videos as well to soak up as much knowledge as you can. And if you'd like to be the first to know when my new videos come out every week, go ahead and hit the notification bell and you'll be alerted when my new videos get posted. Now that that's out of the way, we can get to the star of the show, the reverse mortgage line of credit. For starters, and for those who may be new to reverse mortgage education, let me quickly break down how the reverse mortgage works. A reverse mortgage is essentially a cash out refinance that does not require you make monthly payments. Now, there are many different ways in which you can access the equity in your home, such as a traditional cash out refinance or a home equity line of credit, better known as a HELOC. But there is no question that the reverse mortgage has some major advantages over those other two options. And if you'd like to see what those specific comparisons are between a reverse mortgage and those other products, I'll put a link to a couple videos I did on both of those topics in the description below, so you can check those videos out after this one if you'd like. Now, the way the reverse mortgage works in a nutshell is your age and current long-term interest rates determine what percent of your home's value that you qualify for. That percent is generally anywhere between 40 to 60%, depending on the factors I mentioned. Now, let's say you fall right in between that spectrum and you qualify for 50%. That means if your home was appraised at $500,000, you would qualify for a reverse mortgage loan of up to $250,000, which is, of course, 50% of $500,000. The first thing that has to be paid out of that loan amount is any existing mortgage you have on the property. By paying your existing mortgage off with the reverse mortgage, this is how you eliminate your required monthly mortgage payment. Next, closing costs also get paid for out of the total loan amount. And let's say for the sake of our example, the mortgage and closing costs equal $100,000. That comes out of the $250,000 total, leaving you with $150,000 left over. That $150,000 is your money to determine what you want to do with, and is where the line of credit comes into play. And as you may be able to tell, the more equity you have in your home, the more money you will be left with for the line of credit. Now, the line of credit is one of a few options you have as far as how you want that leftover money structured. But in my opinion, and in many others' opinions, the line of credit is the most advantageous of all the options. Here's why. To begin, it's a huge interest saving measure because whatever money you leave in the line of credit will not incur interest. You can think of this similarly to a credit card. With a credit card, you're given a credit limit. But unless you swipe that card and actually use it to pay for something, you're not charged interest. The reverse mortgage line of credit works the same way, whereas you are not charged any interest until you pull a sum of money out of it. Only at that time will it be added to your loan balance and begin to incur interest. Now, back to our example of having $150,000 left over after your mortgage and closing costs are paid. All of that money you could leave in the line of credit, and that's $150,000 that you are not going to be getting charged interest on, thus saving you a ton of interest in the long run. Next, not only will this line of credit not be incurring interest on the money left in it, it will actually begin to grow. And it will grow at the same rate that your loan balance is being charged for interest plus 0.5%. Let me break that down a little bit for you. Let's say someone has a 6% interest rate. We'll add 0.5% to that, which actually represents the ongoing mortgage insurance premium for the federally insured reverse mortgage. So now we have 6.5% total. Remember, guys, this is just an example, so you can visualize how this works. All right, so we have 6.5% total, which is the interest plus 0.5%. And that means, back to our example, that $150,000 we had left over that we're leaving in the reverse mortgage line of credit is going to begin growing at 6.5% annually. How do those numbers translate? Well, after 5 years, that $150,000 would have grown to approximately $228,000. After 10 years, $336,000. And after 15 years, that original $150,000 line of credit would be $493,000. That is, of course, assuming you didn't pull any money out and assuming your interest rate stayed the same and you didn't refinance. A lot of assumptions there, but as you can see, having a credit line that is growing over time like that opens up a lot of options as far as having a growing nest egg or even financial planning benefits. There is no other mortgage out there that works this way, and yet there's still more. Many people know you do not have a required monthly mortgage payment with a reverse mortgage. But what a lot of folks don't realize is that you can make a payment if you'd like, which comes with some major benefits. At any point during your reverse mortgage loan, you can make a payment of any amount you'd like. And if you do, whatever amount you pay will not only go to pay down your loan balance, but dollar for dollar, the amount you pay will also go into the line of credit, will begin to grow with the rest of the money in there, and you can re-borrow that money or take it back at any time in the future. So let's give an example of this. Let's say with our same example, $150,000 original line of credit that is growing at 6.5% per year. Let's add to that someone who decided to make a payment every other month of $1,000. That equals $6,000 in payments per year. Let's see how the line of credit growth is affected by this change. Year 5, the line of credit would be at roughly $266,000. Year 10, we've grown to a whopping $429,000. In year 15, we are now at $668,000, all from paying $6,000 a year towards the loan. The last thing that is critical about this line of credit is that because the federal government insures this loan, the terms and features are guaranteed to you. What I mean by that is, with other equity loans such as a HELOC, the lender can actually freeze, reduce, or sometimes call the credit line due. That cannot happen with the reverse mortgage line of credit. The money in there, the growth, the lack of required payments are all guaranteed to you as long as you keep your loan in good standing. Even if the line of credit happens to grow higher than your home's value, it's still guaranteed to you. So that's a wrap for today, folks. I hope you got some great value out of the video. And again, if you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have questions about today's topic or about reverse mortgages in general, you can feel free to reach out to me anytime. You can reach me at 982-0475. Thanks for watching, everyone.